Incredibly bearish day today as bonds climb and invalidate any good macroeconomic data releases. There is a curvature in momentum in the immediate short-term time frame that has the potential to tell us the incoming direction bias, so strap in, brace yourself for the incoming storm. Welcome back to the channel on this Taco Tuesday. This is ARCa. Let's dive into ticker symbol SPY. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor and make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do all those necessary things to get this channel to thrive, right? So let's go ahead and dive right into the charts right now. So this is going to be the SPY on a 15-minute time frame, right? SPY today had a very interesting, very bearish day. So please notice here that we actually gapped down like freaking crazy from the prior day's close, right? So we actually ended up opening the day all the way down here at around that 518.24, which ended up marking itself as a pretty interesting resistance for the day. We were able to tell the position to where we would likely start to V-shape recover, right? And we did nail the targets that we spoke of yesterday in the market prep and the continuing targets that we talked about afterward, right? So now the recovery here was a really interesting recovery because this performed a very interesting shakeout here, right? We're noticing here that this is a bear pennant, and the bear pennant it was a complete fake out here, right? This thing ended up recovering and then continued on to the upside beyond the day's open, and still continued on for a top end target. The target that, before we stopped streaming at around, maybe 9 a.m. Pacific time, this was the topside target that I had set around 519.24, and it looks like the top of the price action right here came up to a total of 519.08 from down here, right? So we were able to nail those targets pretty close as well, right? So please consider joining the ARCa Bulls trading team. And I'll try to leave the link up here in the top right around 229, right around there. So I'm just going to go ahead and jot it down here so we don't forget. All right, so now there is a curvature. Yeah, you heard it right. In the immediate short term. So this is the 15-minute time frame. We are getting contraction. We're also getting a shift in momentum, right? We're noticing here that we were critically overbought, and now we're entering the bull strength percentile, right, with a downside pivot. So this is likely to continue to the downside. Of course, it's going to be an ebb and flow, right? It's not going to be one straight downside move, but we have to brace ourselves for the potential continuation here. There is a probability of this thing gapping down tomorrow. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I have my little boy next to me. He's watching his show. He's eating his food. If he chimes in, don't mind him, right? He's just saying hello. All right, team. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, right? Again, the same support area that we were observing yesterday is still very relevant today. 517.37 to 518.40 is that chop area. Okay, we need to get over this zone here in order for us to start reaching down to 516.01 and then eventually down into the targets of about 514.21 to 514.49. Okay, so let's pull up the stats window here and see what we have. Well, there you go. Bam. Daily time frame ATR low, 514.03. We're already talking about the 514.49 to 514.21. Our discretion is still nailing it, and it looks like we may be able to acquire that target tomorrow. Okay, so please notice that these targets that we set yesterday of 518.40 to 517, we set them when we closed up here at around 520 something, right? So we reached that target by market open. All right, so please be careful here because we may repeat something similar again. Okay, I'm not going to say that we're going to reach all the way down to 514 before market open, but anything can happen in the markets. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the hourly time frame and see how that's looking. All right, so the immediate short term. This is your EMA 3 from the stochastic momentum oscillator. This is already showing a little bit of weakness. We are also getting contraction here, right? So that means that the buy side pressure, the buy side interest is starting to slow down, and this is likely to start facing some downside pressure pretty soon. Okay, team. So no, please be careful with that. All right, so It looks like we may be able to experience a little bit of a bounce here from 517.37. If we're observing the hourly time frame, your hourly ATR is reaching about 91 cents, putting us down to 517.84, perfectly within our discretion, right? So that's going to go ahead and that's going to, potentially have us bounce and test the areas of about 518.21. That is only if we open up around the 518 zone. Remember, I gave you the probabilities here of even opening up down at 514, who knows? It's just a lot of pressure to the downside. I also want you to notice here on the VIX, this is volatility here for the S&P 500 index. As we approach this $16 mark on the VIX, it is absolutely crucial. I mean, that is absolutely bearish, okay? As we approach this 16 mark and then we cross it, that is bear territory, and we want to shift the entire narrative here for trading, okay? Notice as well here that in the 4-hour time frame, we got a huge upside thrust on the dollar value DXY, right? So that's giving us a lot of downforce, right? A lot of downforce in equities. So bonds going up, DXY going up, VIX going up, that all means pressure on risk on assets, okay? So probably consider risk off if you are not short bias, and preserve your bullets here for when there is a better opportunity, because at this rate, you may encounter yourself counter trend trading the bounces, okay? So you got to be very careful here. Very, very, very careful here, okay? So I'm going to try to do a market prep tonight, team. I got to remind you about one more thing. Please consider reaching out to me at ArcMastersCourse@gmail.com, because I am introducing the continuation to my master's course, right? And this is going to be an 8 to 12 week mentorship program on strategies, right? So please reach out to me, and we're going to dive into the details of strategic trading, and we're going to nail our systems and add those critical components that can save our portfolios, okay, team? So please reach out to me at ArcMastersCourse@gmail.com. And if any questions at all, reach out to me. You know where to reach me, okay, team? I love you all. I will talk to you soon. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team. Oh, yeah.